So I just wanted to give an update on things. And, well, basically, I guess I have some good news. It is currently Sunday, September 21st at 1:25 a.m. So, technically yesterday morning now. Ugh, it's kind of cold in here. 62 it says outside, but I don't think so. I think it's colder than that. So it's supposed to be 79 tomorrow. Well, that's true. Okay, so I got some good news this morning, and basically, or yesterday morning now, but basically I finally got a call back from one of the interviews on Friday that I had, or Thursday that I had, and I don't know if I told you about that, I don't think so, but I had 2 interviews on Thursday, and I was flipping out because oh yeah, I did tell you about that, because I remember, yeah, I did tell you about that, yeah, basically I had 2 interviews, and then I talked to Kim, and she wouldn't offer, I mean, not that she owes me anything, but I don't know, she was just being very, cruel about it. So, anyway, so I went home. I was really depressed, and I pretty much stayed up all night because I couldn't sleep. I haven't had any anxiety meds in a while, or in a few days now. So, and if you're wondering about what this is, it's because of the crappy headphones I've been having to wear that I bought for $40 like a year ago that broke, that I have to wear a headband over it to keep the cord, to keep the headphones like this so that the sound comes out both ears, and it looks ridiculous when I do it, but at least I can hear stuff out of it anyway. So anyway, I got a call from, I stayed up all night, and then I ended up sleeping until 3 in the afternoon, and I woke up and I had I had a few missed calls and a few texts. I don't, always when I am not by my phone do I get texts and all this shit, and phone calls and all that. So I missed a call from Lux Cards, which was which was the second place I interviewed at on Thursday for the shipping and packing specialist, and the other position was, I don't think I told you, but the other position was clinic coordinator, and it was at OMEC clinic, which is a bunch of places which is a bunch of clinics where you go to get an evaluation by a doctor for personal injury claims. through lawyers and stuff. But anyway, so I ended up getting a call back from Lux Cards, and she just left me, voicemail, and she's like, okay, so, well, here, I'll just listen to it, because, yeah, since I have it in here, this is what, email, or, oh god, stupid setup crap, anyway. So yeah, this is what she said this was on September 19th at 11:39 a.m., which I missed it by like 3.5 hours. Yeah.
Hi, Grace. This is Chris calling from Lux Cards. I was just calling to speak with you about a position with us. If you have a chance, could you please call me back? You can reach me on my cell phone at 425-241-6915. Again, this is Chris from Lux Cards. Thank you. Bye.
So yeah, that was it. And yeah, I called her back, but when I called her back, I called her back like pretty much right when I got up. But she was driving at the time, so she said she'd call me back in like half an hour. And then she didn't call back, and I was like freaking out. Then I was like, she said that she was driving her daughter somewhere. So I was like, okay. So I waited like 2 hours, and she didn't call me back. And then I called her, and she didn't answer the phone. And then, so I kind of, yeah, I was like, maybe she already filled the position or something. Maybe she just didn't want to tell me. So, like, I was starting to freak out. I was like, great, I missed an opportunity, because I don't think she would have called me back if she didn't want to offer me the position. Or maybe have a second interview, but I didn't think that she wanted, by her voicemail, obviously, you just heard, didn't sound like she wanted to have a second interview. She wanted to hire me. So anyway, I ended up having to wait until the next morning, until this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I stayed up all night again, and pretty much all morning, because, let's see, I stayed up until about 8:30, and then I went to sleep for about an hour, and then I woke up. At about 3 a.m., I happened to check my email, and there happened to be an email from her. So she said that in the email, she's like, hey Grace, can I call you? Sorry, I couldn't take your call, or sorry, I didn't call you back. My phone died and I had no way to charge it. Can I call you at 10 a.m. tomorrow? And I was like sitting there like, okay, it's 3 a.m. now. I can't really answer right now because she'll be like, what the hell? She's answering at 3 a.m. So I waited until 7 a.m. and then I answered her. And I said, that's fine. And I stayed up until 8:30. Finally crashed because my head hurt so bad by that point. I just felt like so horrible. I finally relaxed enough to fall asleep. And then I woke up, and she at about 9:30, and I literally sat there and waited for her to call, trying to wake myself up, and be awake and clear my throat and all this stuff, so that I sounded like I was awake and cheerful and all this stuff. So anyway, she did call me at about 10 after, and she ended up offering me the job. And my expectations for the pay were pretty low, because I was just sitting there like talking. I was just sitting there like talking to myself, like saying, okay, if she offers you it at $10 an hour, take it. You know, even if it's $10 an hour, at least it's a permanent job, and you can figure out the rest of it later. Well, she ended up offering me the job at $13 an hour, so, which, for that kind of a commute, that's kind of hefty or that's kind of low for pay, but I mean, I guess if I made a couple hundred extra bucks on the weekends or something every month for my mom, it would be better. It would be okay. But I mean, it just is. I was able to live here and pay all my bills and everything with like paying $400 in doctor's bills when I worked at Golder Associates, and that was the same distance. And that, I'm going to be making considerable amount of money less than I probably want to, but I guess if I have to cut things out, then I have to cut things out. But I guess now that I'm really thankful that I finally got hired somewhere, like permanent. Because I'm sick and tired of the stupid temp job game where you're sitting there, trying your hardest to get hired and be taken on by someone, be taken seriously by an employer, and I can't, I just don't have the skills to do that, like to sit there and, so, yeah, that's the plus in my, that's basically what happened. And then, yeah, so then I went back to bed, or actually no, I called my dad, and then I called my mom, and my mom talked to me for like an hour and a half. So then I ended up not going to bed, back to bed until almost 1 or noon or something like that, and I woke up about 6, and then saw I had some text messages from, I posted on Facebook about it, and then I had a bunch of comments and likes and stuff. Of course, everybody likes it and comments when you're doing well, but they don't want to be there for you when you're doing shitty. So, of course, everybody liked the fact that I got a job, a real job. So, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And Casey texted me and asked me if I was going to come up to Val's, and I was like, it took like an hour and a half to answer. I went back to sleep, woke up at 6, texted him back, and then he asked me if I was going to go up to Val's, and I've fallen back asleep. So then I was like, so then I woke up at around 7:30. Felt like I finally had enough sleep. And then texted him back, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so, because I just don't feel that well still. And, yeah. So I told him that, and then basically that's what happened there. So we were scheduled for next week. Valerie and James were understanding about it, and so was Casey. So yeah, Valerie and James have been probably the best friends I've had, since all this. So, or for a while now, they actually have been there for me, especially Valerie. She's been a good friend, and so that makes me happy. But yeah. Anyway, that's what happened. And I guess I'm gonna get off now, but and to get back to watching The 10th Kingdom, which I just ended up buying for $8 on Amazon. So yeah, so I'm happy that I finally got a career and a real job. So yeah, now I just have to build my life up, from the ground up. Basically, that's what this whole thing is about. It's just, I guess. I mean, I hope that this works out. I will let you know on Monday after work, or I'll let you know on Monday when I get back from work. So anyway, I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you tomorrow.